Welcome to beautiful Staley, North Carolina. We're 45 miles southeast of High Point. My name is Scott Davis. I'm the owner of Upholstery. I purchased this factory in July of 2022. It's been a great situation for us to add fabric to our already best-selling leather collections. Everything we do here in this facility is made in North Carolina, from the legs all the way through to the finished product. You're going to find out a lot today about this product. You're going to meet some people. You're going to see what we do from start to finish. We think you'll enjoy it. Take a few minutes and relax. We think you'll understand more about what we do here in the next few minutes. Thank you for your time. This is the first step along the way of the production process. This is our frame area. Frames come out of our frame shop. We stock those frames here. They await cutting and production along the way. So we're going to introduce those to you today. We have our general manager here, Eric Farlow, who's got 35 years experience. We're fortunate to have Eric. He's got great experience. He's been in production with some of the largest manufacturers in North Carolina. So Eric will go over our frames a little bit, give you some great information on the inside construction of our frames. Eric?
Thank you, Scott. When people think of quality furniture, they think, what's it made out of? And that begins with the frame. So we have an example of our frame here and the construction. The materials that we use are both hardwood and engineered products. The engineered products are engineered specifically for the furniture industry. In addition to the wood products, we have the spring construction. We use a standard, industry standard gauge spring for our furniture. In addition to that, we cover the springs with a non-woven material for support. We use the non-woven material also in the back for support of the back.
Great information, Eric. The frames are solid, they're structurally sound. We have a great frame shop here. This is just the first step. Now we'll move on to the next step of the process, which is the cutting area. Here we are in step 2 of the production process, the cutting area. We've talked about our frames, we've given you great information on the frames. Now we're going to talk a little bit about how the fabric is cut. Eric, would you introduce some fabric cutting to us?
I'll be glad to. So when you have upholstery, you would like ideally for the parts to just fall onto the piece. Whenever the upholsterer does his work, everything should fit perfectly. That begins with the patterns. We do a lot of effort in our process to get the patterns right and to design the patterns well. In addition to that, we have cutting requirements that have to be adhered to so that the pieces are cut exactly in the shape that they need to be. We have Amanda here, who is a very senior employee who is going to demonstrate cutting for us.
Thank you, Amanda. Always outstanding. Amanda's been with us for many, many years, even for the previous ownership as well. She does a fantastic job. Now we're going to move into the sewing area. Here we are in step 3 along the process. We've talked about frames, we've talked about cutting. Now we're going to talk about sewing. We've got a great team of sewers here. We use premium products, premium precision with what we do. Eric's going to give us some more information about our sewing department.
We talked about the importance of precision in our cutting process. Well, that's equally true of sewing. We have strict standards for stitch count and seam width. In addition to that, we allow our sewers to specialize by product. We have cover sewers, we have cushion sewers, and we also have pillow sewers. Here is Tammy to demonstrate some of the sewing that we do.
Learned a great deal about sewing today. Great people in place in our sewing department. Absolutely phenomenal people. We do a great job in all of our departments. We're going to move on to the next step now, which is going to be upholstery. Here we are in step 4 of the manufacturing process, our cushion filling department. Very important department along the way of the process. Today we'll have Eric here to give you more information on how we fill our pillows, backs, and seats.
The hallmarks of quality for this area are accurate filling, having the right amount of fiber in the part. We assure that by weighing each individual part before it goes into the cover. And we also use a tick bag to assure that the fiber is evenly distributed through the part and doesn't drift to the bottom. For our cushions, the hallmark of quality for this item is the type of foam that we use. We use 1.8 density foam, again, industry standard, and our seats are cut to the exact specifications of the cover so that each style has its individual cushion that matches with it. Here is an example of our filling as it is happening.
Outstanding job. We fill pillows, seats, and backs here with some of the most high quality materials there is. Thank you for your time. We'll move along to the next step. Here we are in the next step along the way in the production process, our upholstery department. Once again, seasoned professionals here, 20 plus years experience in most all these guys in this department. We're going to show you a lot about how we do it. Eric's going to go over some of the details and some of the products that we use to upholster every product that comes out of our factory.
We mentioned earlier in our talks about how if the cutting was done precisely and the sewing was done well, that the pieces should just fall onto the piece for the upholstery. Well, that was a little bit of an exaggeration because upholstery is a skill and a craft that's developed over many years. Tony, for example, has been upholstering for 20 years, and he's working on one of our better sellers. It's the 400 swivel chair, and it's in our fabric Quadro Blue.
Great job, Eric. As I said earlier, every piece of the process is important. This one is also extremely important. Great people in this department, outstanding quality products that we use. So every product you get from Luke Upholstery comes right through these processes in beautiful Staley, North Carolina. Here we are in the last step of the production process, our packaging, loading, and staging and shipping department. We have great people here that do this every single day with some of the highest quality materials there are in the business. We're also going to introduce our assistant general manager, who is my son, Luke. Luke Davis will introduce all the materials that we use, how we utilize those materials in a very important department, the packaging department. Luke?
Thank you. Now, once our completed sofas come off the upholstery line, they're stacked here, where they get fully wrapped in cardboard or double end caps covering the legs and all the corners. Once they're wrapped in cardboard, they go over here to the plastic bags. Abrasion resistant, cut resistant, heavy duty plastic bags get wrapped around it and fully taped to ensure that they're delivered to you, the customer, fully intact and look beautiful to go on your floor. Once they're done being packaged, they then begin the staging process to being shipped out. Every line is sorted by customer and it is ready to go to you.
Thank you very much, Luke. Great people here. We hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's important to show every process from the start of the product to the final delivery to the customer, to the consumer, to the home. Thank you for your attention today. We hope you enjoy your Luke Upholstery product.